Breaking news, President Trump says he is going to increase the global tariffs from 10% to 15%. This comes after the Supreme Court's major blow to his sweeping tariff agenda. The president taking to Truth Social saying, quote, based on a thorough, detailed, and complete review of the ridiculous, poorly written, and extraordinarily anti-American decision on tariffs issued yesterday after many months of contemplation by the United States Supreme Court, please let this statement serve to represent that I, as President of the United States of America, will be, effective immediately, raising the 10% worldwide tariff on countries, many of which have been ripping the U.S. off for decades without retribution until I came along, to the fully allowed and legally tested 15% level. This just coming into our newsroom. NewsNation Washington correspondent Tom Dempsey live in D.C. with this breaking news. I should have stressed that was a direct quote. Tom, I have a feeling we may know who will be skipping the dinner tonight, but let's talk about this first.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, this shows you the speed of the response to that big Supreme Court decision. We are just over 24 hours since that decision came down from the Supreme Court to overturn President Trump's tariffs. And then we saw him come out yesterday inside the White House signing an executive order under Section 122 announcing global tariffs at 10%. And now here we are, like I said, just over 24 hours after the decision came down, announcing another change to that tariff policy, saying that those global tariffs will now be 15%. So this is all part of this Section 122, presumably, that President Trump announced this executive order. That's the maximum level, I believe, you can raise the tariff rate to under Section 122. His team has been talking about how it has all sorts of options to raise tariffs. Now you can see a little bit more information up here. As we said, it allows the president to enact tariffs up to 15% to address trade deficits, and it'll have 150 days with these tariffs in place until Congress can vote to extend them or not. So this is all part of the response to all this. And like you said, Jessica, the president not at all happy at all with that Supreme Court decision. He once again described it as ridiculous and poorly written in that Truth Social post. And also earlier this morning, he called the three justices who voted against overturning those tariffs. He called them his heroes, Justices Brett Kavanaugh, Clarence Thomas, and Samuel Alito. That was on a Truth Social post earlier this morning. So I think the big takeaway is, the Trump administration projecting confidence and saying it has a lot of options to keep using tariffs to address the trade deficits that America has with other countries. And we're seeing that play out now with the president announcing raising those tariff rates, global tariff rates, to 15%. Presumably under Section 122, one of those options that the president's team was alluding to as far as options to keep using tariffs to address trade deficits, Jessica.
Yeah, crazy. Of course, that just happening, that increase by 5%. All right, NewsNation's Tom Dempsey live from Washington, D.C. Thank you very much. And of course, the governor's dinner later this evening. We'll catch back up with you then.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.